Saudi Arabia is the biggest economy in the Middle East and North Africa and presents unprecedented opportunities for international businesses.
Saudi is the largest market in the Middle East and North Africa by pretty much every measure for every product or service that foreign companies would be looking to sell into this region. It is a difficult market to a certain extent, but the rewards once you are in are substantial. There are fewer competitors in this market. There's an enormous consumer base with over 31 million residents in the kingdom, and there continues to be government investment and private sector-led initiatives that provide great opportunity for foreign companies and foreign exporters.
The current opportunities include 100 hospitals under construction, new metros in either the plan or the build phase for 3 major cities, 30,000 hotel rooms being built, and a new airline launched, with knock-on opportunities from all of the above in education and training. However, it can be a very difficult market to enter without the right expertise.
The biggest mistake in Saudi, because it is such an opaque market, I think is trying to do Saudi on your own without talking to the local partners, the trade bodies, companies like us. If you try and do Saudi on your own, you don't yet understand all the difficulties that are going to be in front of you. By talking to people like us, you get a handle on those before they become a problem, and also you make sure that you solve them in the most effective way.
Arabian Enterprise Incubators provide the market entry advice and services that help 100 companies each year validate and enter this exciting market. AEI has built up such a level of expertise and success that they are recommended by a number of governments as trusted market entry specialists.
And my 2 top tips really would be that there is no substitute for coming to take a look at the market itself and to talk to potential business partners and customers. My second tip would be to make use of the services offered by AEI to get some informed and independent advice about how to move forward.
Our good friends at AEI are one of our chosen providers of services to New Zealand businesses. They offer a smorgasbord of everything from visa services all the way through to residential accommodation, and they're a known and trusted supplier from New Zealand's point of view.
Whether you are an individual, an SME or a multinational, AEI Saudi can help you make a successful entry into this rewarding market.
For us, we can't speak highly enough of the service AEI provided. It really gave us, first of all, the confidence to come into the market, which has really been a game changer for us as a company. We've been able to really grow and establish ourselves in the Middle East, and that's down in no small part to AEI supporting us, especially when we first came, but also they continue to give us support and advice, etc. So extremely helpful.
Arabian Enterprise Incubators help companies with an interest in doing business in Saudi Arabia make a successful entry into this challenging but hugely rewarding market.
The opportunities here in Saudi are enormous. The country itself is geographically the same size as Western Europe, a population of around 31 million people, and enormous GDP. It dwarfs the rest of the Gulf region by all measures.
AEI have developed such a degree of expertise and success. They are now the exclusive market entry specialist and partners recommended by the British government.
I'm really pleased we've got AEI on board now. We're actually working with them in full partnership to help British industry come out here and find its way into Saudi Arabia. They're a successful business in their own right. They're working day to day in this country. They know the pitfalls and the challenges and barriers that British companies are going to face, and their experience is such that they've helped so many people in the past. They could almost write the recipe book as to how to be successful coming into Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia is a very challenging market, and many companies have paid the very heavy price of making common mistakes in entering the kingdom. AEI will help businesses develop the most effective strategies to avoid and deal with the problems they will face.
We're very keen to make sure that people understand what the pitfalls are, and it's about having that patience and persistence, and most importantly, having the presence and coming here and finding out for themselves. So we will work with our clients to understand what it is they're offering, help them validate the market and accelerate that process so that within a few weeks or a few months they can find themselves here meeting potential partners, meeting distributors, and being able to go back to their home country and making the next step in the plan to actually deliver on those products here in the country.
Key to success in Saudi is local knowledge and relationships. As an AEI client, you will benefit from their hard-won expertise.
We have the local knowledge and we have the connections that guarantee that when we need to find out a piece of information or inquire about something for one of our clients, it's just as quick as just picking up the phone and calling one of our connections, whether it's in the government sector or the private sector. It's something that helps us get back to our clients as soon as possible and with information that they find very reliable and very useful.
Businesses that have used AEI's consultancy recommend them.
The relationship with AEI and WorkLinks has been fantastic. We've had very much a flexible arrangement that's helped us come into the market entry. AEI, our Saudi provider of choice in regards to life support here. And until now, that means that we've not had the need to go for a permanent Saudi partner in business while we grow. They've provided not only local, cultural and kingdom-wide information, it's also helped us to have critical decisions about our growth strategy going forward and allowed our business to continue up to this moment.
The route to success in Saudi is hard won, but for those companies who have made the effort and moved on from the slightly, easier markets of Dubai, Qatar, Bahrain, etc., this is where the major rewards are.
Saudi Arabia is a challenging but very rewarding market. To make a successful and cost-effective entry, you will need some key services which AEI provide.
Support services is basically here to help you do business in Saudi, from getting you visas to come into the country, to picking you up from the airport, to providing you a home-from-home atmosphere in the residences and office space, and also manpower services. From start to finish, we're here to do whatever we can to make our clients successful.
To get a Saudi visa, you'll need a letter of invitation from a Saudi-based business and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which AEI can arrange for you. You will need transport from the airport and to get to client meetings and networking events. Getting around Riyadh can be a challenge with taxis, private hire or self-drive. AEI provide a transportation service with professional drivers who know the city extremely well and will get you to the right place at the right time. You will need somewhere to stay. AEI provide accommodation in spacious villas to provide you with some of the comforts and facilities of home. The residences also offer an excellent opportunity to build professional and social networks with like-minded professionals who have spent many years in Kingdom and learn from their experiences. AEI also provide businesses entering the Saudi market with a comfortable, professional and fully serviced office environment and an all-important Saudi address from which to prosecute the market. Trying to build relationships in Kingdom without a tangible presence is difficult because Saudis are reluctant to invest the time in relationships that are merely transactional and transient. When you're ready, AEI can find you staff for business development and sales, for instance, so that you can have a permanent presence without having to keep going through the expense and disruption of deploying expatriate staff. AEI can also deal with employment contracts, payroll and other related matters.
Coming into the kingdom is a little bit harder than any other country, which because of the rules and regulations that the government has put into the foreign companies. You can come as a foreign investment here, but it's going to take so much time and lots of money to build your entity here as a foreign investment, while we support our clients in a more cost-effective, convenient way and a much faster way to do it here in country.
Any, all or none of AEI's services. There are no long-term contracts or tie-ins and all pricing is transparent and competitive. Just use and pay for the services you want when you want them.
It's important that you have someone here who's able to help you through the barriers, help you understand the cultural change and then navigate your way through it, because unless you know the system you cannot get around it. So AEI have been extremely helpful in providing that also a signposting service, the hand-holding service and also this place to live safely and with comfort.
If you are interested in doing business in Saudi Arabia, do get in touch with AEI and a senior member of the team would be delighted to spend an hour answering any of your questions.